What is up? It is Cedar Flags here. I really did not want to make this video because I loved this ride. A beloved attraction, an underrated gem, my first ever flying coaster, and a remnant of the former Giga Lake, Firehawk is closing down at Kings Island. Now, there was this big speculation, Kings Island teased a funeral, and Firehawk is the roller coaster that is going to go in 2019. But instead of weeping over the former past attraction, let's talk about a step forward. Let's see what we could see in the nearby future of this amusement park. Now, their last roller coaster was in 2017, so I really don't think that they're going to add it in 2019, since they already had a big announcement with the antique cars. I think they're going to do something really similar to what King's Dominion did a couple years ago, and tease something big, but announce something really small, and then the year after that, they'll announce something really big, like what we saw with Twisted Timbers. But the real question that everyone's thinking is, what's the big attraction that can come in 2020 or forward? Well, let's see some possibilities. So something that I have to mention first is the fact that this is located in the X-Base section of the park, all of the land by it, and I do believe that this next ride that will be added in this area will be sci-fi themed, something sort of like that. I could definitely see a revamp of the area with it, and I do believe that this is going to be a major attraction, and I firmly believe in my mind that this will also take the dinosaurs alive spot. It will truly make X-Base a huge section of the park. Maybe make the X-Base Midway a little bigger, maybe add some futuristic ride, maybe add a futuristic top scan. That would be so cool. But let's talk about a roller coaster that could replace this area near Dinosaurs Alive. Maybe have a station near Firehawk, something similar to that. So let's look at a couple possibilities. Let's look at the first and most definitely worst possibility on here, a B&M dive coaster. Now, I'm not really fans of these B&M dive coasters coming to Cedar Fair parks. I just feel like they're kind of one-trick ponies. They're tame, the layouts aren't that intense, and I just really don't enjoy them. But, I mean, it's okay because it's a big cash cow, a big GP magnet. I would be kind of disappointed if Kings Island did replace Firehawk with this, but at the same time, it is a smart business decision for the park. So there are the pros and cons listed on the right of the screen, and that is what I firmly believe what they would be, and I'm going to show them for every other category. It would take up the space, but I don't really know that this would be really, I guess you could say, the best decision, because it is hidden away in a dead-end section of the park, and a B&M dive is usually either in the middle of the park or a place where everyone could see it, and the X-Base section is kind of dead, but with enough advertisements, I guess they could pull it off. But, I mean, I honestly really think that this is the least likely out of the possibilities that I thought of. So let's move on to an RMC single rail coaster. I feel like this would be the best case scenario right here. You could make it extremely tall. You can make it like 200 feet, 150. You can make it launched if you wanted to. You could do so much with this concept. It would be such a unique concept. They could probably make it a T-Rex coaster. It would be the first T-Rex coaster probably. And it has so much land to deal with, so you could have so many elements on this ride. It would easily be the best ride at Kings Island, without a doubt in my mind. This would be an incredible choice, but I also think with the B&M dive that this is a little unlikely. Hate to say that. But let's move on to the two possibilities that I think are more possible. The first one is a Mack Shuttle launch coaster. Think of something like Star Trek Operation Enterprise, but on steroids, something even bigger than that. Think of a big chain park acquiring something like this. You can make it extremely tall. You can make it one of the best launch coasters in the United States, up there with Maverick and Lightning Rod and Cheetah Hunt. This could be a really good coaster. You can be really creative with this. A sci-fi theme like the Star Trek theme, but of course without the branding, would actually look really good. Like, just think about it. Close your eyes and imagine you walking into X-Base and this launch roller coaster just sitting in front of you with this amazing modern Deca sci-fi theme. That would be so cool. But a weird part of this would be the fact that the other major coaster in the X-Base section is a launch coaster, which, if you don't know, is Flight of Fear. So this would, I guess you could say, not spread out as many variety in that section of the park, I guess you could say, because both of them would be launch coasters. So this last one's going to be really obvious. Of course, you know what it is. It's an Intamin Giga coaster. Now, I don't know if this would be better than the RMC single rail. It would probably match up with it. So, let's talk about how incredible this would be. I would see something like Intimidator 305, and it would create a perfect Hyper Giga duo. You got the airtime-filled Diamondback, one of the best hyper coasters on Earth, in my opinion. And then you got this incredible Intamin. Oh, it would be so incredible. It would focus all on positive G's. It would be like I-305, maybe a little longer, a little taller. Just imagine that. It would be an incredible 1-2 punch. One of the best in any amusement park on Earth, and that's for sure. And of course, you can make it like a darker color. You could have a sci-fi theme to that. That would be a really cool sci-fi theme to put on an Intamin Giga. That would be freaking awesome. I mean, it was already done with Millennium Force, but just imagine a more elaborate theme in that area of the park. So basically, what I definitely think is going to happen is a renovation to the X-Space part of the park, because it doesn't look that much as a sci-fi area as it should. It's no Tomorrowland or anything, and I never expect it to be like that, but it could have a little more enhancements because there are parts of the park that are heavily themed, like the backlot stunt coaster area or Rivertown. I loved Rivertown. And I definitely think that Kings Island could do a little more to boost this part of the park up, because that is what Cedar Fair has been doing lately. They have remodeled a lot of parts of the boardwalk at Carowinds and the county fair section. That's brand new. They definitely expanded Candy Apple Grove this year with Twisted Timbers and all those rides at King's Dominion. And for Cedar Point, they did a lot of changes on Frontier Town this year with the addition of Steel Vengeance, quite possibly the best coaster on Earth. But definitely, I think Kings Island could have their turn with their expansion, and it will be the X-Space section of the park. Maybe even you could add a brand new midway, and where Dinosaurs Alive used to have an entrance, you could connect X-Space with there. That would be really cool. But, I mean, I'm thinking a lot about this. I am still really sad about Firehawk being removed, though. I definitely could see a coaster there without Firehawk being removed, but I mean, let's be honest, it would just be a bunch of coasters pack to pack to pack, and I think that would be a weird decision for the park. So, this is Cedar Flags. What do you all think about this decision, about how they're going to remove Firehawk? In my opinion, I would have rather seen them remove something like Bat, because with the removal of Bat, you could have so many opportunities in that back section of the park. But once again, you also have Dinosaurs Alive with Firehawk. So, again, what do you think is going to be there? This is Cedar Flags, and I will see you all later.